I'm sad because I just noticed the recording wasn't recording.
Okay, that's probably
that's a reason to be sad.
A thing to be sad about.
That's a reason.
To introduce another legend not in Studio A, but across from us in Studio B, is Mr. Ethereal himself, Mr. Orlando City, Mr. Gunner, Mr. just the man himself, the guy you just cannot hate whatsoever, Franklin the Tanklin Lopez. How are we doing today, buddy?
Doing fantastic. The Florida Panthers still your Stanley Cup champions. Vince McMahon, that's a man that you can hate every day of the week.
You have some very strong words, Frank. I'm just going to leave it at that.
This isn't the Fatal 4-Way show. I can't get into it right now. I will give you my thoughts.
There was a Fatal what show? What was it called?
Fatal 4-Way show.
Fatal
Every
4-Way
Friday.
Show. Oh.
The wrestling show that
The
we do
new
now.
wrestling
I didn't
show.
know that was... Look, I thought it was a different name, okay? I apologize.
There's 4 of us that do it. So Fatal 4-Way. It's a type match. Used to be called a pay-per-view.
Did you think of the name?
I mean, it was originally going to be the tornado tag.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what I
tornado
thought.
tag, yes.
And I was like, well, there's 4 of us, so Fatal 4-Way.
Beautiful.
Genius.
You just got 200 IQ up there.
I mean, it's really easy.
All right. So to begin off with this show, our last show Monday, it was just Frank and I previewing this Bills and Jags game, which happened that night. Dan, I wish you were here to preview it, but you worked the Sabres game.
I know.
But that's
First,
okay.
I got to see Payne Krebs, Corked Up White Boy.
That's your guy, buddy.
I know.
I remember
he
that.
He scored a goal on my first game working.
Look at that.
It was amazing. It was everything I could ever hope for in working a Sabres game.
Was that what you dreamed of last night? Just like, God, when I go to work, please have Corked Up White Boy score.
Yes. Yes, that is all I dream about. that is every day for my life. I want Payne Krebs to score every day. But, yeah, I know. I wasn't here to at least preview the game. So
now we can recap it with you.
Give the recap. Loved every single second. Who would have thought I would have seen McCorkle Jones out there?
From the start of the whistle.
Who would have thought I would have saw McCorkle Jones versus Mitch Trubisky in the third quarter? I didn't know that's what people were signing up for when they bought these tickets. I think Justin would like a major refund.
Yeah, I feel bad for Justin.
I don't. He talked trash.
I mean...
He talked trash. He deserves it. Are
you hearing these fighting words, Justin?
He better. But I know he's probably gone through his side about how his team is horrible and that they need to fire everybody and yada, yada, yada. I mean, it is kind of funny. I did find a little stat about the 0-3 teams around the league.
Oh, I think I know what you're about to say here.
That the Bengals are 0-3 and their head coach is Zach Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Jaguars are 0-3 and their offensive coordinator is Press Taylor, Zach's brother. And then the Titans are 0-3 and their head coach is Brian Callahan, which was Zach's OC in Cincy from 2019 to 2024. So I just think Zach Taylor, any relation to Zach Taylor? Not good.
That Zach Taylor coaching tree is not looking too good.
No, not at all. It is the complete opposite of like the Bill Belichick tree.
Yeah.
And even that one's bad if you look at it.
The McVay Shanahan tree.
Ow. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of coaching trees out there.
Oh, there are.
So many.
But, I mean, how can you be unhappy with a 47 point win over, I mean, scoring 47 points and then them only scoring 10. I mean, the Jags just got outplayed, outcoached, outgunned, outmanned, outplanned, out everything. Even the special teams was beating them, and they even blocked the PAT.
It's called dog walked.
I'm just gonna say that the Bills did not give their consent. Is the easy way to put it. I don't want the FCC to don't want to say something.
Oh my God,
that's gonna flag us.
Oh my God,
wow.
That's what this game was like, though. I mean, seriously, like not even like it was. after the first 2 quarters, it was what, 34-3?
Well, it's so funny too that it's like you get the idea of, oh, the Bills and the Jaguars have a weird rivalry here.
They do.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Weren't we
is
talking
weird.
about that Monday? Yeah, we were talking about that.
It now just went to, it's not weird anymore. The right team won for one.
Yeah.
You don't have, I love Rich Eisen because he said the one positive out of this game was that the coach was on the flight home. So if you know that story, Urban Meyer, what a story that was. But even so, Trevor looked horrible. Trevor just looked not comfortable at all. I love at one moment that he does the random spin move.
I saw that and I was like, what is this man doing?
Did somebody hit B on the controller and he did that? He pulled it off?
Like, who's over here controlling Trevor Lawrence and then their finger just slipped on the spin button?
Right. And then Cam Robinson got killed. Greg was tearing him a new one. Even Epinesa was on him for a couple of run plays, and he pushes Robinson into NTN. Or Bigsby, I forget who it is, but he pushed him into one of them. And you're just like, how? How are you? He got paid a massive contract, and you're that bad on Lawrence's blind side. You're dumb. Like, how did you get paid? Who is your agent? I want to know now.
Scott Boras, probably.
Josh Allen, or the other Josh Allen.
Hines Allen.
Hines Allen.
I still like the other Josh Allen. Makes him feel less. Because he is less. He was quiet. I didn't hear his name once.
And he's someone who really,
who gave the Bills problems.
Mm-hmm. You hear his name, after every other play, I felt like last year when the Jags were going up against the Bills. But you didn't really hear him much this past game.
No, not at all. And that was the weird thing. It was like he got killed by, I forget if Dion was on him or Spencer Brown, because there's a stat of Spencer Brown that he is, through the 3 games, he has not allowed a single pressure. Through 3 games, he is not allowed a pressure. And this is a guy that people, here we go. Bills right tackle Spencer Brown did not allow a single pressure on 35 pass blocking snaps. His 3rd straight game without allowing a pressure this season. Brown is the only O-line league-wide with at least 25 pass blocking snaps and 0 pressures allowed. People wanted this man gone last year. People were like, he's washed, he's horrible, he's not good. And now you look at that contract that he got, brand new contract, doesn't look that bad. If he keeps doing this, I ain't got no problems with Spencer Brown. The 3 inside, it seems like Osiris finally picked it back up. He was having a little bit of a sophomore slump at the beginning. He was getting rated the worst PFF rankings every week on the offense. But luckily it wasn't this week. They had their best game so far, I believe, as the 3 inside of David Edwards. Crazy to say David Edwards, Kyler McGovern, and Osiris Torrance. And then even Dion didn't have a bad game for the first time in forever. I always feel like Dion has a couple of those plays where you're just like, stop doing snow, my guy. Just let the snow go.
He's eating too much of his own cereal.
He really does. He really does.
Have you seen those in Wegmans?
Yeah. No,
it's real?
Yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
Oh my God.
I've seen it, but I haven't gotten it. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little scared to try it. I'm gonna need someone else to try it for me and tell me how it is.
It's probably mid, like he is. And I know Emma would go at me for that.
What's up with these football players?
The truth?
Yeah, I know.
What's up with these football players and cereals? Jason and Travis got their cereal now, their own cereal now. Who's next?
Yeah, well, those 2 are just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they're doing side quests.
Jamarcus Ingram is going to get the next cereal.
No, but
That would be crazy.
didn't DeMar Hamlin just get his first
DeMar
interception
Hamlin
in
gets
that,
his first
that game?
pick. Yep.
I mean, I know it's a little overthrown, but
Oh,
right,
it was completely overthrown.
Right place, right time. You got to hand it to him.
Exactly. And, DeMar, he got down. He got the ball. I mean, what else can you say about the play? He even ran it back some.
Yeah.
So I'm not unhappy that he got it. I mean, everybody's happy that he got a pick. I mean, his day overall was good. Didn't get beat much. I
thought he looked really good, honestly.
Yeah, he didn't look terrible. Didn't look,
No,
like amazing.
No,
but
it's weird how everybody said the weakest part of the Bills' defense is the secondary, and it's like right now.
I don't think they're. Yeah,
no. Benford's been locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was doubting Benford too. I was like, why is Christian Benford getting hate here? Like
someone's got to
take
the heat.
Like, I mean, did you see like one of the first plays of the game? Benford come back on Brian Thomas and get his hand in there, so he knocked the ball away.
Oh yeah.
Rasul Douglas doing a great job like always.
He's been standout.
Didn't hear anything from
for the Bills.
Gabe Davis. Really, they only allowed Christian Kirk to do well because you don't have your main slot guy anyway. So in Teron Johnson. So for Christian Kirk to get the majority of plays, fine with me. No Evan Ingram. It is Brendan Strange, Dr. Strange out there. I know he got the touchdown, which was, good for him. Whoop-de-doo, whatever. So PFF did their highest graded Bills in week 3. Dorian Williams, Frank. Dorian Williams, number 1, 88.8. Yeah, hit that. Yeah, I have to train him out. Yeah, there you go. Now you can hang up the phone. You got a little smile. That's how I always say it. Number 2 is Greg Rousseau at 84.9. Jamarcus Ingram, 3rd.
Really?
At 83.7. Josh Allen, 4 at 83.1. And then Dalton Kincaid at 77.4.
Let's go, Dalton.
Had his big first touchdown of the year. I mean, a lot of people did.
I was going to say, a lot of people had their first
Ray
touchdown.
Davis, first touchdown of his career. Keon Coleman, after being sat the whole first quarter due to being late. So it's funny. I saw like people saying Matt Collins is walking around the stadium barefoot reading a book, and he's still there earlier than Keon. I'm like, yep, that's how this is going. Yeah,
didn't even know my mic was off. Oops. I just want to intro in someone who also wants to talk about this game, who I think is probably really happy about this outcome. Evan DiPasquale is on the line. Evan, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, guys. And I was listening in, and you were wondering who Spencer Brown was mostly on. He was actually, I don't recall any pressures from Josh Hines Allen, but I see he was on Trayvon Walker, and that's the first overall pick that Spencer Brown was going up against. So I think that was a pretty solid day from, all around, really, the whole offensive line, and really everybody kind of, I don't want to say played flawless because there's no such thing as flawless, but
no, there is.
Everybody.
There is. It's called the playoff game against the New England Patriots.
You said it, not me.
It is the most perfect game there was.
But like I feel like some people are like kind of shocked that that's DeMar's first career interception. But like when you think about it, when it comes to like the safeties that the Bills have now compared to with Hyde and Poyer, those guys were ball hawks. Those guys they were so good because they would get the ball, they would be able to track down the ball and make those crazy interceptions like you mentioned in the perfect game with the Micah Hyde interception. That's not really DeMar Hamlin's game. DeMar Hamlin really is he is a coverage in front of you.
He is a coverage hybrid.
He keeps everything in front of him, avoids the big plays, and I think that's really what's made this defense really so successful is the lack of big plays. that they've given up.
Right. I mean, that's the big thing. They're the leaders in least allowed 20-plus yard plays. I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, I love that the Bills are stopping big plays. I'm just worried that when we get to this week with Baltimore, they go for more short plays than big plays. I mean, they have Derrick Henry and Lamar for a reason. So we'll see how the short game does. But,
right.
I mean, with the long game, I think the corners have been doing amazing. You can't poop on Taylor Rapp. I think a lot of people thought he was going to be the secondary linebacker role like Poyer was last year. And I think I'm realizing, and I think the rest of Bills Mafia should be realizing, was that was the only way Poyer was viable last year. That was the only way they could make Poyer work, was to put him as a linebacker.
In Miami right now.
Right. I mean, the James Cook touchdown is a very good example of he just can't play deep coverage anymore. He doesn't have the speed that he once had. And I think... I mean,
that... Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. You just got to think that these safeties, I mean, they had Mike Edwards as an inactive, and I was like, okay, a little weird. Kind of like, okay, they're trusting now Cole Bishop to be the backup, which perfectly fine with. Nothing wrong with Cole Bishop. But it was just like, you signed Mike Edwards in the offseason, and your already second-round rookie is kind of taking over his spot. I'm like, okay, maybe the safety room is making more strides than we thought, and they're realizing, hey, we actually may have not have needed that guy. Like, we signed him just as a precaution thing.
Right.
We don't need him.
Yeah, I think that really, I think it comes down to really matchup, and maybe because the loss of Evan Ingram, they decided, okay, we're not going to put Mike Edwards out there. I have a feeling, here's the thing, Mark Andrews has not looked good. Really no tight end, maybe Sam Laporta, I believe. He's really been the only tight end in the NFL that has looked really good, and I'm very angry because I picked Travis Kelce in one of my fantasy leagues, and he was my second-round pick. So not happy with that, but I'll have to tell you a fantasy bad beat that I had at the end. But really, all around, I mean, you saw Josh Allen won his 13th AFC Offensive Player of the Week this week. I mean, I'm not shocked. I was honestly surprised that he didn't get over 300 yards passing. He was already at like over 200 by the second quarter. I mean, obviously they just kind of reeled in the game and just started to run the ball, and I don't think he even played the fourth quarter. But
no, yeah, he didn't.
Either way, like it was an impressive performance. The Jaguars probably aren't what they were maybe a couple of years ago when they won the AFC South. But, well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is going to be your big test is this a real 3-0 team or is this a fake sort of a 3-0 team? I don't want to say fake, but like a team that's just like you're still unsure about.
I'm not unsure. I think it's different that we're not going to an international game in the sense and lose two of our big defensive stars. And I also think that why the next man up scenario is working so well, and people don't understand why also, they got playing time. Yeah. Balin Spector got playing time against the Chiefs. Dorian Williams has gotten more playing time as it's gone on. And you're like, oh, well, you don't want those guys to get playing time as much as you don't want them to. I think it's worked in everybody's favor that they have. They seem more aware. They seem more like up to speed than where they were before, where they were missing coverages, missing running plays, not tackling as hard. I mean, like I said, Dorian Williams had the highest PFF grade of the Bills. I mean, that's a huge jump for him. And I think that's where Jacksonville should have attacked. I mean, if you're going to attack anywhere at this point, it should be the linebackers. And I think that's also a big test this week. You got Mark Andrews, who is whether he's been good or bad this year, I mean, he may have to be the extra lineman on there every single play, just because they don't have an offensive line right now. But the other reason is Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely has gotten into his own. I mean, we saw it a bit last year when Mark Andrews was injured.
I mean, the first game he had 2 for them against the Chiefs.
First week against the Chiefs. Killed him.
Yeah.
Killed him.
He played phenomenal.
He did. And, I mean, we still all know he cuts off his toes, and that's a touchdown. So
I think that for the Bills, they have to play this game kind of like how they did with Kyler Murray, because you're dealing with a fast, mobile quarterback. And I think that that's what's going to be the most important thing is making sure you don't let him, get in front of, like, you don't want to let him be able to scramble and get away from you.
Right. And I also think the other big thing is that their wide receivers have been gaining separation. They're 2 of the league leaders in separation are Isaiah Likely is at the top, and then Zay Flowers is just a little bit below.
I'm not too concerned about that, because you have probably one of the best quarterback duos in the NFL in Benford and Russell Douglas. I mean, I have not really heard a lot from them, which means that they're doing their job. I mean, you've heard a lot more from Benford because Benford's getting targeted and he happens to be coming up with interceptions. I think the loss of that, you're not having Taron Johnson again for the second straight week, and you're not having Bernard for the second straight week. So I think that that's going to test the Bills defense. But really, like, if someone's going to say, "Oh, we haven't played a good team," well, wasn't Miami before this game predicted to win the AFC East and was favored against the Bills on Thursday night? And what did the Bills do? They basically took one of the highest scoring offenses in the league and just neutralized them. So I'm not too worried. Yes, I would wish that you had Johnson and Bernard, but I think that really McDermott and Bobby Babich have done wonders with this defense. Like, I don't know if under McDermott's tenure, if he's ever going to have a bottom defense.
I mean, unless if this team gets severely injured, that's the only way this team becomes a bottom defense and a bottom feeder. And even so, I think Elam has played fine. I mean, just today, he just came out with a neck injury, so he's limited today. But, I really look at this team, and this is probably one of the most complete defenses we have had, just due to the sense that all the people that we have invested time with have been starting to pay off. AJ Epinesa, even though he's been quiet, has been starting to make quiet plays. I mean, pushing linemen into the running back, that's hard to do. I mean, pushing a 300-pound man is hard enough, but to push him into a running back and cause the running back to trip and fall, completely different story. Greg Rousseau, with his wide wingspan, has been getting around people like it's nothing. Von Miller actually getting sacks and being the closer he should be.
Yeah, playing like the player that the Bills were hoping that they signed,
right.
Yeah.
And I know they mentioned, he's not a starter anymore, and that's not his job to be the starter.
Yeah.
His job is to come out when the game is on the line or when they need a really big stop, and we've seen it, that he gets a big sack every time. Even if it's just one sack per game, I mean,
that still impacts.
It's major impact.
Yeah.
I mean, any sack is a major impact. And it definitely helps when his contract is based off sack incentives. His next mark is at 4, and he gets, I think, $4 million for it, in bonus money. So, I mean, every time he's getting a sack, he's getting paid more, but it means that he's doing his job finally. He's finally healthy. Casey Toohill, very impressive night for him to sack Matt Jones, make him fumble, even get Trevor Lawrence when he did the imaginary spin. Toohill came in early and he dominated. I mean, I don't think I saw. I mean, really, the only play Toohill got crushed. I saw Dearness Johnson, who's on the Jags, running back. He comes up, helps whoever the lineman who was on Tuhill was, and he actually shoulders Tuhill. Tuhill falls on his butt. I was like, wow, that's the best block I've seen today. Like, other than maybe the James Cook block that was later that game when I believe Heinz Allen got past Dion and Mr. James Cook comes back and makes the body block. I mean, I never would have thought in a million years he would have done that, but I mean, Casey Tuhill was on fire and it was hard to stop him. The defense looked very impressive. It's very hard to stop. And you're right. The test is this week. Can they keep Lamar in check? Can they keep Derrick Henry in check? Derrick has always been a problem for the Bills. I mean, just ask Josh Norman.
Yeah, when he gets absolutely thrown.
Exactly. But
that play didn't count. Just remember that play did not count.
But it will always count in my heart. And you know, I still think they have a good enough core around them, at least receiving wise. Justice Hill can catch. Even Rashad Bateman caught a ball. I'm like, Rashad Bateman, like what? He caught something. What are we doing here? I've
also heard that the weather is supposed to be really bad in Baltimore. It's like supposed to get hurricane-like rain or something like that.
Right. It's because of the hurricane coming up from the south.
That's going to be big implications on the passing game, that's for sure.
Debo, why don't you get to your funny or your bad beat in fantasy?
So it's not your league, but it's another league I'm in with a bunch of alumni from BNY. I had I had one more player left to play, and the guy I was playing had none. I was down by maybe 8. The choice was either T. Higgins or Khalil Shakir. I was like, I feel like T. Higgins will have the better upside because I thought that the Commanders' defense would be terrible. And I lost by 1 with T. Higgins in the lineup over Shakir, who got like 17 points, and I would have won comfortably if I had Shakir in the lineup.
Such a bad break for you, dude. But at least you got your first win in my league.
I know. I finally got my first win. And,
finally out of the dump.
I'm on a 2-game losing streak. Woo!
I have no idea who this is that I'm going up against.
Oh, boy.
Charisse Rice Lambeau.
Oh,
that's
Joe Cali?
Joe Cali.
Joe Cali.
Oh. Well, I auto-draft in this league, so I'm like kind of already just like down in the dumps on this. Well, thank you guys for having me on, and have a great rest of your show.
You too, Depot. Right. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, Depot! Thank you, Depot.
See you guys.
See ya. All right. So that was Depot's thoughts on the game. Frank, we still have yet to hear from you. I don't think.
Sorry, I think I'm having an allergy attack.
I mean,
what are you allergic to?
Are you okay? Oh, I just muted it just in case. In case. I didn't want people's ears to get.
Sure their eardrums are really shattered.
Shattered by a loud sneeze.
It's fine, but also it's a good thing because I do tend to curse after I sneeze. I
guess that makes sense.
I get angry when I sneeze.
I get angry.
No, but what did you think about the Bills' overall performance, Frank? I know you're boom Bucks guy, but
I loved it. I loved it. Going into this weird rivalry game where it was just the Jags just kind of have the Bills' numbers sometimes, and it's weird. First off,
very odd.
But they got to figure out what's going on with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if it's like if he's just injured and he's just not saying anything, if he's not able to put pressure on the. He's throwing awful balls, and his pocket awareness has looked awful this year.
Yeah, it looked like he was seeing ghosts in that game. I'm gonna be honest.
Another Sam Darnold game?
Are you seeing
possibly
ghosts?
Sam Darnold 2019 game? They not like us.
I'm gonna need Christian Kirk Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis to dress up like the Ghostbusters now.
Yeah, that was
I just need it as a group costume.
That was an unwelcoming, I guess, not really a homecoming, but coming back to Buffalo.
Mitch Morse and Gabe Davis.
Yeah, they probably didn't expect that outcome.
Oh, Gabe was not happy. Gabe was very unhappy.
I mean,
with
because
this game.
Gabe Davis, he had, I'm looking at the stats here.
Horrible with horrible on top of horrible.
Yeah, 2 receptions for 18 yards.
Yep.
How many?
6 targets.
How many? 6 targets.
6 targets.
My.
I mean, that's not bad.
The 6 targets isn't bad.
Yeah.
2 catches.
2 catches, only 18 yards.
The 2 catches for 18 yards, which is absolutely
garbage,
horrendous. But no, first off, Josh Allen MVP so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm going to be honest.
It's between him and Sam Darnold. Never thought I would be able to say that.
It is.
After 3 weeks.
I never would have thought.
If the season ended today, it would be a tough decision between Sam Darnold and Josh Allen.
If this was a 3-week season.
Which is insane.
Josh Allen, I got to say, looks like a completely different person.
He looks like...
He's not forcing those deep balls like he did last year in the previous seasons.
No.
I don't think, personally, like, from what I'm seeing from Josh Allen, I don't think he's trying to, go deep all the time. I don't think he's trying to force, that pass that shouldn't be made. Yeah, I see him looking at, like, those check down passes. And, if he doesn't see that deep option that he wants, he'll finally, go to that check down option, which I feel like past Josh Allen wouldn't do.
No, it was funny because I forget who mentioned it, but I remember hearing it that Josh had a chance for a 40-yard touchdown to a receiver, and he was tight window, and he was loading up for it. And instead, he saw James Cook wide open, and he just threw it to Cook. Yeah. I mean, it was like the mental bubble has been broken.
Yeah.
Like...
Who did this to me?
He just realized.
Who branded me?
This is why you don't go to sleep at the radio station, Frank.
Is this a Sharpie?
I don't know.
It's permanent ink.
Permanent ink.
I can say scientific names on the air, correct?
That's a fine line.
Object was drawn on my arm.
Yeah, a certain object.
This is outrageous.
Does it look like Squidward?
Looks like Squidward's nose.
But, oh my God, I forgot where we were.
We're talking about Joshua Patrick Allen, guy.
Joshua Patrick Allen. I mean, the other thing that helps Joshua Patrick Allen is that so far this season, only 1 drop by the receivers. 1.
That's it so far?
That's it.
Yeah.
God.
And,
I also feel like he doesn't have someone, barking in his ear to throw him the ball.
Well, that's been a lot of things that has come up lately. Josh actually said it
on one of his press
media, that he was like, these guys don't need targets. They're not asking for targets. They understand if they only get like a couple catches a game. And, they're not gonna argue about it. They just want the team to be good. I mean, same with Dion. Dion Dawkins came out and said the same exact thing, that, Josh doesn't have to focus on one person. So it's really, and then even I saw the tweet of some NFL fan explaining that, does Josh Allen need a wide receiver 1 with Diggs? Did it help? Yes. But does he need him? No. And then Diggs replied to that, "You sure?" And that was before Monday night. And, Josh proves Diggs wrong. Like, no, I don't need a wide receiver 1. I don't need it. What you say does not matter because this team are a bunch of dogs and they're going to score when they get the ball. I mean, Ty Johnson even freaking caught a touchdown. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, even James Cook had a second touchdown if he didn't drop his in the end zone. So these guys are getting chances, and when they do, I mean, they're getting the opportunity. They're finally getting the chance of like, okay, this might be my one play of the game, but I'm going to make it worth it. And they make it worth it.
I just want to play this clip real quick. This is Josh Allen I think it was after the game against the Jags.
It's a fun and wonderful thing when you got a bunch of guys that don't care about the stats. They don't care about the touchdowns. And again, I think throughout practice, we've just had this mindset of like, hey, let's just do things the right way and find ways to win football games. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So I think that was a complete jab at Diggs.
Oh, it was.
Without a doubt.
Oh, it was. Especially with Diggs like being unhappy where he's getting like some of the best numbers he's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. How can you like I really do think that it became all that I want to be this greatest wide receiver ever. I only care about the stats. And now he's on a Texan team where he's like
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean, there's so many weapons, I feel like, on that Texans team, too, where it's just like, it's kind of weird.
I think that's why he only asked for 1 year.
It's kind of weird because, like, this is a guy who basically wants the ball thrown at him, like, probably 20 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's on a team where it's just like CJ Stroud has all these options. When you want to go to a team who needs a wide receiver one, where you could get those 10 to 15 targets a game.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
What do you know, Chris? You're just
What do
in
I
Buffalo.
know? What do I know about foosball?
There is breaking news from the Broncos.
We have breaking news?
Sean Payton has announced linebacker Alex Singleton has torn his ACL and will miss the remainder of the season. In a other move the Broncos made, they signed Quan Alexander to the practice squad. Former Buccaneer, former Steeler, former Jet, former Saint, I believe, too. So Quan is back. Probably going to get another chance. I do like Quan Alexander.
I love Quan Alexander.
Quan Alexander was a great linebacker who just hits.
No. Prime Quan Alexander in a Buccaneers uniform. I still have his jersey, baby.
Did you get it signed?
No.
Oh, if only.
Why would I?
Why wouldn't you want to get it signed?
I mean, I would, but what opportunity would I have to get a Quan Alexander signed jersey?
I don't know. If you just went
There's
to a
not
Bucks
many.
game, I don't know. You could. Can't's the real C word.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy on our souls.
What?
Nothing.
Look, I'm just saying. You could have done it, but you chose not to.
It's hard
What?
to get his signature, man.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you
but
go to
I
like
mean,
the practices.
Yeah.
Also, you think we were it may have been the Buccaneers in like the 2010s, but it's still hard to get, the tickets, cheap enough to go sit where you're close enough where you can get to the front and have dangle the jersey.
Unless
you can
if
do
like,
whatever
body
your
block.
mind, whatever you put your mind to.
Not
buddy.
when I was a minor and had to follow my parent.
You didn't have to.
Oh yeah, bye mom. I'll meet you at the car as a 13-year-old in Tampa.
I'm just going to
Bye.
run away real quick.
Just run away for like 20 minutes, bro. You're good.
I mean, I've done that.
It's okay, buddy. You're just overthinking it. Are you about to sneeze?
No.
You just had that face where you're about to sneeze.
No, he's just really unhappy with where this
This guy is
conversation is
just
going.
over what I'm talking about.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
No, but that's-
I'm really fighting it.
That's sad news for Alex Singleton because I kind of liked him. Played for the Eagles. I thought he was a pretty good
He's
linebacker.
a very good linebacker, yeah.
But you just hate to see it. You said it was ACL?
ACL.
That's the worst, dude.
And he's out
Yeah.
Yep.
forever.
That's literally.
Forever and ever and ever.
I don't know about the worst, but or not forever and ever, but it is the worst injury. I gotta say.
I'm just saying whatever right now. I'm trying not to sneeze.
Also, Haley Steinfeld was at the game.
Oh!
Is that why Josh balled out?
She was not shown on TV once.
Wow.
So,
was Taylor Swift,
if it was Taylor Swift, it is funny.
that's kind of
the
crazy.
change.
Like, why don't we show an Avenger? Why do we gotta show a musician?
She's not an Avenger yet. You have to
She's
wait.
part of the Young Avengers.
I know, but not yet.
Not yet.
Yet. What are you doing, buddy?
My eyes hurt because of all the sneezing.
So he's got to keep your eyes open that way.
Okay, so since we talked about the Bills Jags game, there was another game that happened Monday, and that was Cincinnati versus the Washington Commies.
Jaden Daniels, I love you.
Frank
Who
and
doesn't
I,
love Jaden Daniels?
Frank
Oh
and
my
I
God.
both picked Washington for this game. I'm sure you probably would have picked Washington, Dan, but you weren't here.
Oh yeah.
But in spirit, you were here.
Oh, I was going to pick Washington. I despise the Bengals. Or now should be known Bungles.
The Bumbles.
The Bungles.
How are they this bad, bro?
I know.
Actually,
Zach Taylor.
you know what? Defensively, they're also really bad. Because
Yeah.
offensively, they got points in every single drive, basically.
I mean, they got beat by a college offense.
I want to know why you're on defense, though, talking all this smack, and then you're just
Even on
letting all
offense.
these points.
Jamar Chase, we're the team to beat. Yeah, you're the team to beat, all right. Like, no wonder
beat you
everybody
3.
wants you on the schedule. Like, who wouldn't want a team that lost to both New England and Washington?
I'll take
I know I forgot they lost to New England. Their first, what was it? Week 1?
Week 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I know these Bengals get off to a slow start usually, but
This is the
0-3.
worst of the slow
This
start.
isn't even slow. This is just a bad start.
it's abysmal. What are you talking about?
Like, I don't see how they can.
How do you come back from this?
Don't
It's the
go
real
0-4. That's like the only way. Don't go 0-4.
Don't go 0-4.
And it's hard to say that because now Andy Dalton
Yeah.
has revived the Panthers. And I know we're talking about Bengals Washington, but the Andy Dalton is
He injected it
he
into Carolina.
He could straight up end their season before their season.
The
even
Red
began.
Rocket is looking to just put a dagger in these Cincy
Right?
fans.
Just put it
I
away.
I see it.
I think a lot of people do, and I mean their defense, like Frank said, has been horrible. Washington's has been worse. I mean, statistically,
I mean, even with Dan Quinn at head coach, which is
even
kind
with Dan
of
Quinn,
surprising.
they're
I'd
without
say.
their 2 starting corners.
Okay, so that would
That's one of the big reasons.
play a factor. Yeah, that
Uh,
I did not know.
But even so, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, who knew you could cook?
Everyone's known he could cook.
I
Arizona Cliff Kingsbury is the most underrated head coach of all time.
Dude, this
he just
dude,
lost a lot.
this dude, Jaden Daniels, went 21 for 23. Only missed 2. I don't know if they were drop passes. I didn't watch the game because I was watching the Bills game.
I believe one of them was just a throwaway.
It was a throwaway.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe one was a bad pass,
Yeah.
if not dropped. That's insane.
You know, trivia of the day.
Oh,
because-
his first touchdown throw.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Jaden Daniels is one of 2 quarterbacks to throw to their offensive lineman for their very first career
First
touchdown.
ever NFL touchdown throw.
Can you
Just to your
name?
lineman.
Can you name the other one?
Jameis Winston,
No.
Andrew Luck.
No.
Josh Allen,
Nope.
Tua,
You
Is
gotta
it
go
a-
back a little bit.
Is it AFC?
Fran
It's
Tarkenton.
AFC.
It's AFC.
It's not too far back.
Uh,
I would say 2000s. Yeah, 2000s.
Carson Palmer.
Nope. Not somebody very well known around the league, but very well known here.
Fitz?
Nope.
Nathan Peterman?
Nope.
EJ Manuel?
Nope. You're in the right ballpark, though. First round pick. And I'm sorry, the stat was one of 2 first round picks to throw their first touchdown to an offensive lineman. Yada, yada, yada.
You said 2000s?
2000s. It was 2005.
Dante Culpepper? You said AFC.
Philip Rivers?
I did say AFC. Nope.
Uh,
Chris, you know the offensive tackle who caught it, Jason Peters.
He caught
He caught the pass. So where was Jason Peters in mid 2000s?
Wasn't he with the Bills?
He was with the Bills
I
So it
don't.
was a Bills quarterback.
in 2005.
Who?
Beats me.
JP Losman?
JP Lawson.
Yes!
Correct.
Let's go!
I was 3 and did not know.
JP Losman.
He was JP Lawson.
That guy.
But yeah, his also first touchdown
Wow.
to Jason Peters. Yeah, that was something that I did not.
That's a
Think of-
name that's like, jeez.
Yeah,
You gotta go back for that one.
yeah, you do. And most people who are listening are like, it's not that far back.
Well, considering how many quarterbacks, I feel like you guys did go through a quarterback carousel at a time.
Chris, no.
Really?
Really?
The
Look.
Buffalo Bills from 2000 to 2017 didn't go through a quarterback carousel? That's weird.
Yeah.
I could have almost thought
I'm being
and
cyberbullied.
I'm being cyber. No, you're just being bullied.
No,
You're just-
cyberbullied because you're talking through the mic.
Do you want me to come talk to you in person?
Yeah. like,
Yeah,
what,
actual
you want
bully me.
What, you want me to do it like this way, Chris?
Oh
You want me to do it this
my
way?
God.
I can be
Anyway.
away from the mic.
Jesus.
Anyway, one of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL is officially back.
Who?
Scary Terry, baby. I love Terry McLaurin.
Did you see the last touchdown pass?
Yep. Insane.
Insane.
Can I say something about this game, though? Because Austin Eckler had I think like a 60-yard kickoff return or 70-yard.
Mm-hmm.
Just on a quick, side note from this game, I have him on my fantasy. Why does that not count?
Because
I want it to count. Why does it not count?
Special teams don't count.
special teams only count towards the defense.
And kickers.
Yep.
I think they should implement that.
Sorry.
Not my.
I'm gonna talk to someone on Sleeper, but let's continue talking about this game. Jaden Daniels looking like a Heisman. Was he a Heisman winner?
No,
He wasn't.
I don't
He was he a finalist.
think so.
I don't watch
believe
college
he
football that much.
was.
So I need to be
Daniels
educated,
won the
please.
Heisman.
Did he?
He did.
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
don't-
why I was asking. I said I don't watch college football that much. That's why I said please educate me.
Wait, now I feel stupid. He did win the Heisman.
He did, right?
He's literally won it. He was the Heisman winner coming out of it.
And he fell to what did Washington pick? Like 10?
Two.
Mid-teen?
Yeah, Jane Daniels, a senior quarterback, won LSU's third Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
I
That's
did
what
not
I
know
thought.
Yeah, he's the Heisman coming out of the season.
that. I did not know that.
So was this expected of him, would you guys say?
I mean, a lot of people were saying that he was the steal of the draft. I mean, in the sense of the three quarterbacks who were
Picked before him?
no, not picked before him,
Oh.
highly talked about, which were Caleb,
Okay.
him,
Drake.
and then Drake, and then I mean, some people say it was a steal, and maybe it was. I mean,
So far, it's looking
So
like
far,
it.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I mean, you can't really argue with a guy who tosses a ball up for a 40-yard touchdown, and his wide receiver is 25 yards away from the ball, and he just runs and gets it. I mean, how can you not love that?
It was pinpoint, too.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know. The Commanders are looking sneaky.
I think they
If
could be
if they could
They
fix-
are the technical leader of the NFC East
Are they really?
Yeah.
because they have the win over the Giants.
That is true, yeah. We haven't even played anyone.
Nope, you haven't
in
played
the-
anybody in the division.
Yep.
I can't
And
even
I
talk
think
about
that-
your second because we haven't played anyone.
Right. Yeah. No. Saints are first.
Yeah. Because they beat the Panthers.
Yep.
Not fair.
Not fair.
Not fair.
Yeah, and then they'll say
They played Bryce Young Panthers. It's not fair.
not Andy Dalton
They-
Panthers.
okay.
There's a big
Yeah.
difference
If we play
already.
Andy Dalton, we lose. It's because Andy Dalton. They got to play Bryce Young Panthers. That's unfair. That is unfair.
Oh my
As
god.
punishment, Bryce Young must start all games after this.
Please. I need something.
Just have him only start against the Bucks.
Please, God.
Imagine if the Red Rocket leads the Carolina Panthers to the promised land in the sense of the playoffs, not the Super Bowl playoffs.
I'll unalive myself. I'm not excited for it. I'm not ready for it.
Frank, if the Red Rocket leads the Panthers to the NFC South crown, what are you gonna say? What would your reaction be?
The three other teams in that division need to take a look at themselves. Not just us. Not just us.
How
I'm
do
just
you
saying, what
let
would
this
your
happen?
overall reaction be?
Blow us up. Blow New Orleans, Atlanta, and Tampa out. Blow us up.
Yep.
That can't happen.
That is fair.
You can't let the Red Rocket bring Carolina.
You can't let Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, and Baker Mayfield lose a division to Andy Dalton in 2024. That can't happen.
Who would have thought we would be having this conversation?
We're
week
not.
3?
or not. They played the Raiders. The only defensive piece they have is Mad Max Crosby.
No, but I'm saying the conversation of Andy Dalton being a starting quarterback for the Panthers.
Everyone's known it. It's just they didn't give Bryce Young time.
That is true.
They threw Bryce
They
into
threw
the
him
fire.
in there game 1, right? Like week
Yes.
1, he was the starter.
They threw him into a fire pit of just despair and misery.
God, what the NFL
I mean, he's
will
still
do
not
to
a good
man.
quarterback. I'll say it. Still not a good quarterback. Well, I think forever now, his legacy will be backup or out of the league. Because he'll never start anywhere again.
Yeah, I saw a tweet where it's just like Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL aren't looking too good.
I'll be honest, Jalen Hurts hasn't looked great.
He has not, no.
He's not been
Ever
looking
since Shane Steichen left, I will say he has not looked.
top 10 quarterback,
yeah.
ass.
He has been letting me down, to say the least.
Yeah. McCorkle?
I mean, his
awful when he
his
was playing.
quarterback play is just, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
He doesn't make the right decisions, and it's weird.
He doesn't, and I don't know what, like... I mean, before he would run out of situations, now I feel like he's just taking way too long to read the pocket situation, and...
It's not like he doesn't have good receivers to
Yeah.
throw to. It's not like he doesn't
I
have
mean,
the weapons.
He does have the weapons, but I mean, granted, A.J. Brown was out. Now we don't know about Devontae Smith.
He's out.
He's probably
concussed.
Both A.J. Brown,
they are
Devonta
out.
Smith, and Lane Johnson were not seen at practice
Oh
today.
my God, you're telling me our wide receivers one going to be Jahan Dotson?
Hey, you calm down.
No, your wide receiver one is a guy moving from tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goddard. You know what? Screw it. Put Saquon.
Put Saquon
Yeah,
at wide
yeah, you
receiver.
gotta
I would
put
love that.
Saquon in
You
the
know what?
slot.
That would be great for my fantasy. I'll say that.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, this guy
Got to stop
says, "Give
talking
me
about it.
Give me a free win." Scores
Nah,
33.
Harrington's going to get a free win this week.
Oh
That's
my
for sure.
God, is this your whole thing now? That you just
What do
give
you
people
mean?
free wins,
Bro, if you look at my team,
brother? You scored 141 points.
all
Stop
because
complaining.
of Saquon.
No,
Saquon.
you take away the 30, you still get 111, and you're beating Joe and Emma.
Look, I'm 1-2. The record isn't
The record's just
reflecting.
not there.
It's not reflecting.
Dude, you quite literally have the second best all play record. If we were facing everybody every single week, you are second best. I am
just being
first,
too kind,
you are
buddy.
second.
You're being too kind.
No, it's the stats.
Are you looking at it right now?
I can show you.
Oh my God. I don't even want to look at it. Ugh. I'm playing Harrington.
Yeah, you are. No, you're doing fine, Chris.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I thank Joe for dropping Evan Ingram, so now he's my backup tight end. So I now have a tight end duo moving from Taysom Hill and Luke Musgrave at the draft to Trey McBride because of a trade and Evan Ingram. I have upgraded.
You're cooking.
I have upgraded. I don't think anybody could argue with me on that.
No siree. I think on that note, though.
See, look. No,
Wait,
one
all right,
more.
let's look. Let's look first.
25-8, you would be all play. 25-8.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
No, it's just you're getting bad luck.
I am. Like if Saquon would have.
You
I don't
lost
even want to talk about that one.
to Joe,
Yeah.
the Joe who is here now, and not Joe
All
Kelly,
because
but the other one.
Barkley didn't drop that catch and didn't get that touchdown.
Right? Yeah, and then
That's my luck.
and then I just score 161
Yeah.
on you, like it's nothing. And
You know, I will say when I was playing you, I was kind of looking at it like, oh my God, if I come back. And then.
I told you, this man had 3 players left. And he's like, oh, these bums won't make up 40 points. They quite literally did. If I don't play a quarterback,
Look,
I lose.
If Jaden Daniels didn't pop off,
If Jaden Daniels got hurt on the very first play, I'm screwed.
that would have been game. But you came out on top. That's all that matters.
I'm 3-0, baby. 3-0.
Let's.
And now I have to face Emma, so easiest win
4-0.
of the week. Easiest win of the week, baby.
Easy dub in the bag. Who are you playing, Frank? I don't even have this up.
I'll be honest, I haven't opened Sleeper in like 2-3 days. I have no clue.
Rip.
How you not know, Frank?
I wish this Buff State Wi-Fi would work.
It's okay. I got it. He is facing, Frank, you are facing Mr. Justin Bachman.
All right.
So that means you're facing Josh Allen this week.
Oof.
Fantastic.
And doesn't he have James Cook too?
and James Cook and Amon-Ra St. Brown
Fantastic.
and
May
James
God
Conner
guide you in this
and
journey.
Brandon Aubrey, who's been like,
You know, he has more points than CeeDee Lamb, Patrick Mahomes.
He would be wide receiver 4, tight end 1, running back
6, I think,
Yeah.
and then quarterback 16.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But with that being said, I think this would be a great time to go to break real quick.
Agreed.
You've been listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY. We'll be back after these short messages.
What if the New York Giants are able to run the football? All of a sudden, they start feeling it a little bit. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They're getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
this is a
tighten
team
up.
Everybody know they're supposed to be. You get tightened up, anything's possible. I don't think the Giants will win this game, but if you're going to win this game, you want to do so. You want to, if you're going to pull it off, you want to show that you can run the football on the Dallas Cowboys. That's how you put them on their heels. Because if you get that.
All right, welcome back, listeners, to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. I am still your host, Mr. Brotherly Love, Chris Giacobello, and still with me in Studio A is the man himself, Double D, Dan Dale.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy. So that was Stephen A. Smith earlier today talking about what's going to be tomorrow night's game. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit between the Cowboys and Giants. First, I want to bring back in our lovely man himself, Mr. Franklin the Tanklin Lopez, with a little frown over there. I hope you're okay, buddy.
Well, if I'm allowed 5 to 10 minutes, we'll talk about it.
Okay. And joining us in Studio B is the
Rob
new guy,
Lamka.
Rob Lamka. You beat me to it. Rob, how are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing amazing. How about you?
We're hanging in there. So, talking about going back to Frank. I know he just mentioned he wants 5 minutes, and I know before we got back from break, Dan was talking to Frank about something, I guess, that just happened. But Frank, what's going on over there, buddy? What's going on in Studio B? What's going on through your head? What's wrong?
So I kept mentioning it. Kept talking about it throughout the past few weeks that a rant is incoming. And I think it's time. Officially, unofficially, the Tampa Bay Rays have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah! Woo!
Jeez.
I'm sorry, your team didn't even make it last year, so calm down, first of all. So shut up. Shut up. I don't get it. 5 years, this team was supposed to be the team of destiny and make it all the way to the World Series. We made it once in the shortened season and lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers because Kevin Cash decided to pull Blake Snell in the 6th inning when he was throwing an absolute immaculate game. But no, yeah, sure, he lets up one hitter with 1 out left, and it will pull him out. And ever since that moment in time in 2020, what was worse than that? COVID? No, Blake Snell was the worst thing to happen in 2020. Are you kidding me? And since then, it's been an absolute downpour on my soul and heart for the Tampa Bay Rays. Wander Franco, my shining star that's supposed to be the light that leads me all the way to the promised land of the World Series, he has to be P. Diddy and go touch some kids. That's what we're going to talk about. Wander Franco has to be a little diddler, has to go talk to minors. That's what has to happen. Randy Arozarena is supposed to be my guy for the next 5 to 6 years. We lose him to Seattle Mariners in an awful trade that did absolutely nothing for us. Nothing. Oh, our pitching staff's supposed to be one of the best. Our bullpen's supposed to be absolutely fantastic. Now when everyone's getting Tommy John every 2 weeks and is out for 6 to 8 months, they don't ever come back. Our lineup's supposed to be absolute devastating. Yandy Diaz coming off, a batting title. Absolutely poops the bed. Jose Siri's supposed to be the Randy Arozarena replacement. Absolutely awful. At least we have Shane Baz. Awful. We have at least, the number one, pull system in the minor leagues. Awful. Jonathan Aranda, probably the only good thing that come out of this season. Started heating up when it didn't matter anymore. This team is an embarrassment. This Tampa Bay Rays team, no matter what, we fought until the last week. The start we had, I don't care. We started 13-0 last season. We bottled it then. We still bottle it now. It's insane. I'm sick and tired of this team. There's no fight or no dog in this team. We have Bam Bam Brandon Lau, who I don't care. I love Brandon Lau, but he does absolutely nothing when it doesn't matter. He hits his home runs when we're down 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, but he hit a home run. He has another 2020. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of it. We want to pay him upwards of $90 million? No. I'm sick and tired of it. Yandy maybe deserves a contract, but if he pulls off another season like this one, I'm cool to kick him off. Blow it up. And this is supposed to be a team that stays in St. Pete and Tampa for the next 15 years of my life? After fighting for it for so long, seeing Oakland being moved to Sacramento and now probably Vegas, but we don't know what's going on with that. Maybe this team did deserve to move. Maybe Tampa deserved a baseball team. No fight. There's no passion, no vision. There's no mindset in that baseball. There is no
passion. There is no aggression in this baseball team of the Tampa Bay Rays. Is that what you're saying, Frank?
Doesn't matter. When we wear stupid throwback Devil Rays jerseys, that's the first time in a week. It's every Friday. That's when they want to play. That's when they want to show up and play actual competent baseball. Taylor Walls, you were the worst shortstop in baseball. The absolute worst. Junior Caminero can't even stay healthy on the field. Supposed to be our number one prospect. Can't even stay on the field for more than 5 minutes without hurting his little pinky toe.
Hey, pinky toes are important, buddy.
I hate this team right now.
That's not what you said in May. June.
No poop, Chris! Because the team was still at least in third and looking kind of decent. And then the All-Star break happens and we lose everything like it happens every single year. It's abysmal. I want to brutally violate Stu. He needs to sell this team. We can't pay Randy. The one person we have paid in the past 15 years is the kid diddler. But no. And of course, what do the Rays do during, the deadline? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
They didn't trade for anyone? Or
no.
They didn't
Who do we get from the
Look,
Yankees?
I didn't know this.
Ben Rovert, the absolute third best catcher on the team.
Who'd you guys give up to the Yankees?
I don't even remember.
Well, that's no bueno. I thought you would, buddy.
Then we have Pete Fairbanks, who's supposed to be, one of the best players.
Look, Tampa Bay Rays, come up to Buffalo, interview this man, Frank Lopez. He's going to be your skipper, your manager, and lead you to the promised land.
Yeah, if we can stop putting Jose Siri in the 4 spot. Stop putting him in the 1, 2, 3, or 4 spot. Put him in the 7 spot, the 8 spot, and the 9 spot because he deserves it.
My guy, you got plans already. Why aren't you down there interviewing right now?
It's the Rays, and I don't think I can mentally handle that. I don't think I can mentally handle having to sit through that lineup, through that bullpen, through that. And you know what? You know what sucks is that we didn't all the jokes for Tampa Bay Rays have been the attendance, right? It's all it is. It's like, oh, they can't sell a Tropicana Field. We didn't have a game below 12,000 people once this season. This is the first time in so long that's ever been a thing. And this is the team that deserves that? BS. This is a team that deserves Oakland Athletics number. This is atrocious.
So are you saying that the Rays should have got the Oakland A's new hat?
Depending on how if we don't go out and spend money this offseason, I swear to God, because I don't get it. What?
Thank you for John Berti. That's who we got for Rovido.
Yeah. I'm just sick. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I try so hard to defend it. This is my favorite sport. This is my favorite team, and I'm just supposed to sit here and just let this happen. I just have to sit here and just let the pain waltz through me. Hi, Brandon. How are you? How's your eye?
Just talking about a rant, and then just absolutely.
And listen,
God,
it just because the Baltimore Orioles are doing what the Rays have done, but 10 times, 1,000 times better. They actually use their prospects well and implemented them and train them and use them properly. Instead of just call them up in August and just hope that maybe one of them will spark something in this lineup, but no, nothing ever does. I'm sick and tired of Brandon Lau, an average second baseman at best. His bat has declined. We get rid of Austin Meadows for nothing. We get rid of Tyler. We get rid of Tyler. We lose Tyler Glasnow without paying him. We lose our ace that's been our ace for 4 years. We lose him to Los Angeles Dodgers. Now I just kind of hope Dodgers win it all so I can at least see him win a ring. Maybe something. We lose Manuel Margot, who was an absolute quarter piece of the 2018 to 2023 team.
Are you going to be okay, Frank?
No, I can tell you, like, I've had this in me for so long. This has been unbridled rage inside of me. I'm sick and tired of the Rays. I'm supposed to sit here and just let this happen. I just have to sit here and watch it happen again and again. I can't even have the same hope and faith that I had in 2011 watching Evan Longoria walk off game 162 to send us for the playoffs for the first time in, like, apparently 10 years at that point. Wasn't even live the last time they made it. 2011 was my first. Oh, no, they made the World Series. Never mind. 2009 against your stupid Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, my God. Well, wait. Since you said the Phillies, though, I did want to.
Yeah,
wait.
I
want to play this.
Stupid Red October, blah, blah, blah. You'll choke it anyway, like you always have for the past 15 years. You'll choke it away.
NL East.
Yeah, you'll make it to the first or second round, get knocked out. If you make it to the World Series, you'll get knocked out
again.
Brother,
just because you're suffering doesn't mean you got to be negative towards my
That's
team,
exactly
okay?
what I got.
You don't need to take out all this anger on my team. You don't need to be this rude.
Wrong.
You're being rude, buddy.
I'm not wrong.
You are wrong. Because you know why? Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarbaum.
I'm sorry. The two...
Buddy, don't make me do it.
Two hitters on a very cold streak. Bryce Harper.
All right. So, Red October, boy.
You put me on now. Sorry, Robbie, I didn't see that act of violence.
I'm sorry you're having to see
Rod's second show, and he's learning not to sit next
suddenly
to
90
you.
degrees in here.
Listen.
This is
all I'm
what
gonna
happens.
say is when the Mets win the wild card and then face you in the first or second round, Grimace is going to take over. Stupid Citizens Bank Park. Stupid Ragtober. I wonder what the Phillies are going to do. Oh, choke. Because it's what they do.
I wonder what the Rays are going to... Oh, they're not in it.
That's what I just taught you for 10 minutes. A-hole.
Yeah.
You think that's why I'm just sitting here yelling for absolutely no reason?
I just wanted to bring it back up to you. That they're not in it.
Listen,
I know you just talked about it.
There's one thing in common. We've both choked the World Series in the past 5 years.
Okay, then we both choked the World Series.
But you know what?
At
least we've made it to a World Series in the past 5 years. Past 10 years.
We can say that.
I'm pretty jealous of the Rays, I'm not going to lie.
What happened, Rob?
I said absolutely, positively nothing.
No, you did. When we first started talking about the Rays, you cheered about them being eliminated, so you had some input there.
Yeah, I thought, okay, fine. If we really want to get into it, I'm glad your bum tea is below the Boston Red Sox, a team that was supposed to be utter buns this year.
It took your team spending $250 million to make it to this point. Not even win the AL East, by the way. Not even win the AL East. That's what it took for your team to at least make the playoffs again.
At least
That's
my
what
team
it took.
spends money. At least my team actually decides to go
make it to
sign
a
players
wild
instead of trade them.
To not even win your division.
We are winning the division.
Baltimore's going to win the division.
Oh, Baltimore ain't going to win the division. And you know that. You're just saying it
Aren't
because
they
you're
Yankees?
mad. You're mad.
Wait, how many games back are they from the Yankees?
The Orioles are...
Do we know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5.
Wait, so the Yankees didn't...
Oh, wait. Did the Yankees clinch it? I didn't see that.
No.
Did they clinch it?
They won last
92
night.
wins to 87.
92 to 87.
So that's a pretty big gap. And then
So if Yankees win tonight, they clinch it.
Yeah, they clinch any time that they win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really.
so they just got to win one more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically,
Because
they
there's
clinch.
5-6 games left.
Okay.
And if they're up 5, then it's just one more win. But you know what? I'm at least... You know what? No, because at least if I was a White Sox fan, I'd at least have history on my side now.
Yeah, you have nothing. You're just utterly mid.
We're just a mid team.
I still don't understand what the White Sox... I really don't. Like, the team is top heavy. There's a lot of talent there that's untapped. But it just, none of it works at all.
This was a 100-win team 2 seasons ago.
I don't understand it.
This was a 100-win team 2
With a horrible
seasons
manager,
ago.
too, by the way.
Awful manager. What he did to Yerman Mercedes, I will never forgive him.
He
Brady?
pretty much threw him out of the
Wasn't
league. He never really got another shot after that.
Yeah. He was that 2-week tear of Mercedes is one of the greatest primes in baseball we'll ever see.
You know who I love from the Chicago White Sox?
Dylan Cease?
Who's that?
No, he's not on the team anymore, Frank. Come on.
I know. I'm just trying to think of White Sox. I can't tell
Lucas
you who.
Giolito.
No, I love the social media admin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Benintendi.
No, I
Because
despise
he's currently the
Benintendi.
highest paid player on the White Sox.
At like what, $2 million?
No, they gave him a pretty big contract.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
pretty
that's right.
sizable.
He did get
They
overpaid.
gave him a pretty decent sized contract for
Good
Andrew
stuff.
Benintendi.
Yeah. No, that was a horrible
No, the
decision.
admin is cooking right now.
Yeah, Grady Sizemore is horrible.
Yeah, it's
Grady, great player. Why'd you try coaching?
insane.
Why did you try? You just shouldn't have. I mean, most of their team is on the IL. I'm looking right now.
Of the White Sox?
Yeah.
Oh
Max
my
Stassi.
gosh.
Shout out Max Stassi. Angels
1,
legend.
2, 3, 4, 5 guys in their bullpen. Clevenger and Drew Thorpe.
Mike Clevenger's out.
Clevenger.
Jesus Christ.
He's been rough for a few years now.
Brooks Baldwin, whoever that is.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then, that's
One win away,
One.
boy. One loss away
one
from
more.
history.
Could be tonight.
Yeah, it's unfortunate against the Angels, so they might go on a 3-game win streak here.
They
They might
really
unfortunately win 3 games in
I
a
want to
row.
lose out. I want better lottery odds. That's all I care about at this point.
Wait, what fan are you?
I'm an Angels fan. I'm a huge Angels fan. That's why when you were going off, that's why I said I'm jealous of the Rays, because you guys can actually develop prospects and bring in guys and make them look good. Like Yandy Diaz, before you guys developed him, he was a pretty average hitter, and then he just suddenly became a superstar, to be honest.
Well, he's back to average.
Back to, slightly above
Well,
average. 750 OPS, I would take that. That's probably a third best hitter, second best hitter on my
Doesn't
team.
he
So
only have like a 190 average, though?
Yandy?
280 something last I
sorry.
checked.
Did you just
say
say Yandy Diaz?
190.
All right, listen, I know I was going hard on them, but if Yandy Diaz had a 190 average, he would not be playing for the Rays. He would be down in Durham. What are
He'd
you
be
talking
with the
about?
Bisons.
282.
Jesus Christ,
The Durham
Dan.
Bulls.
I'm forgetting who I saw.
I think it was
because I
Jose
just
Siri.
on their
Yeah.
stat.
Yeah, it was probably Jose Siri.
It is Jose Siri.
It was Hey Siri? Hey Siri did it?
Rayo, oh my God, I hate him so much sometimes.
So what'd you hate so much about the Randy trade? The fact that they didn't want to pay him, or just the fact that
The fact that we didn't want to pay him. The fact that we didn't want to pay him and the fact that we got nothing out of it.
Because, I don't know, his development just sort of just tailed off completely. It just seemed like they wanted to move him.
He had a plateau, we'll agree.
Oh,
but
100%.
he began absolutely starting to heat up. And then, of course, his agent's stupid Scott Boras. So, of course, we're not going to dish out the probably $150, $200 million they asked him about. But the only shining spot that I need is for this investigation of Wander Franco to end, and he's officially suspended and banned so we can void this contract and get our money back. That is the only shining spot I have for this offseason.
To get that money back.
That's all I need. I just need him to go to jail so we can ban him officially and get our money back.
I need to make it to a World Series.
God, that would be
That's
that'd
what
be
I want.
amazing.
That's what I want to ask you. No more pooping on other. We're done pooping on teams. I'm done with that now.
Wait,
all right,
wait,
I'm gonna be respectful.
Before we get to my team, can we just be positive about Oakland? Well, I mean, we've been positive about. They won their first final series game at home.
It's good for the fans, but just for the team, the morale, just everything around that team is just pathetic. It's really sad. It really is sad. I don't know if you guys have seen videos of. I know Troy Dan. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
yeah.
He
Troy
uploaded a
Dan.
video of him going to the athletics field, and it was just.
And he did a VIP thing too.
Yeah, it was really, really, really sad. They need to do better. Honestly, shame on the MLB that they even let that happen in the first place.
I agree.
It's a pathetic look for the sport, honestly.
Especially for Oakland. I don't care if people can say Oakland not a sports city anymore. The Oakland Athletics have such a rich history.
There's single-A ballparks that are better than that ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, our high school ballpark is probably better than that.
Dang.
Out of high
Unironically.
school.
Yeah, and the players were also told that they can't, once the game is over, to just leave. Like they don't want them.
Like they can't.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
want them,
to
stay out there.
because in case if the fans rush the field, it's like,
Oh my.
dude, if I'm a player, I'm staying out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't care,
Like,
All
let it
6
be.
fans rushing the field at the same time.
dude.
Oh,
Plus, why wouldn't I want to be out there? Because maybe they'll just like get rid of me then.
Yeah, I'll be gone from Oakland.
Exactly. Like, why wouldn't I do that?
You got to take that hit sometimes.
No, it's all.
When they dismantled that team. So as an Angels fan, I sat and I watched every single year that athletics team make the playoffs. Matt Olson was amazing.
2019
Matt
wild
Chapman
card.
was amazing. They were all really, top 5 at their position at the time. They had a lot of really nice pieces, a lot of bats. Trying to think of some other names off the top of my head.
Simeon was a part of it.
Yeah, Simeon was a huge one, and then they just let him walk in free agency and just didn't really get much for him in the first place.
You
And
know,
then just, I don't know, it's just dismantling a team like that. It makes no sense to me. You're selling tickets, you're doing really well, you're a contender. They were a championship contender for at least 3 years.
Yeah, that 2019 wild card team. If you look at that the roster, insane. They were so good. They also the 2019 wild card game because the Rays beat them.
I hated facing them every year. I hated facing them. I hated the Athletics so much.
Well, now you get to face Vegas, maybe. Well, Sacramento, and then you get Vegas.
97 wins back-to-back years, and then you just dismantle the team. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I hate Rob Manfred and him just sitting there, not at least trying to force a sale of the team. I already hate Rob Manfred, but this is different. Like this is the Athletics. This is like a historic MLB team, and we're just letting this happen. We're just letting this historic team just falter out.
Really, they should be called the Oakland Possums the way they were letting it just go. I mean, I remember hearing from away team commentators saying that in the booth there was a family of possums living there, and nobody got rid of them. They're like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They're part of the team,
yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, they really are. Dude, I wonder how many possums were like, what the heck are all these people doing here?
They're probably like, they're in our home.
Yeah,
Like, what's
right?
going on?
I do wonder what they're going to do with the whole stadium, if they're just going to like destroy it or what's going to happen. Because that's got a lot of memories in that place.
I love the look of the ballpark. Like, I think the ballpark is beautiful. It's just completely dismembered. And I honestly, I mean, I don't know what the city's doing, but I'd imagine they're just going to let it rot there because they've already just sort of done that.
Are they going to let a AAA team there? Are they going to move the...
No, I think just.
I mean, it'd be cool to repurpose it. I mean, they repurposed the old Brooklyn Dodgers stadium into apartments, so maybe they do something like that. But from what I've heard, the infrastructure around there is just basically nothing. Like, there's nothing around the stadium.
Oh, yeah. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's the Oakland Coliseum's unfortunately gone.
Sad times.
It is.
All right.
Well, I have my question for Dan. Hold on.
All right. What's up? What's the question?
I'm not saying this to like be like I'm done pooping on teams right now. All right, my team's I've done it myself now. I'm done doing it to other people. But
You're becoming a honorary Yankees fan?
no. God, F no. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that guy!
I cheer for the
Phillies
Phil-
hat, Yankees shirt.
I would cheer for the
Crazy.
Phil- I would cheer for Red October before I cheer for the Yankees.
My king.
But if the Yankees fail to either make it to the World Series and lose or not even make it at all, where do you stand with Aaron Boone?
I think if he gets as far as... I think as long as he gets to the ALCS,
That's where you're gonna.
I think he's able to make it there. If as long as he's able to get there, I think we're fine. I think he's fine. I think the one you have to talk about is Brian Cashman. I think everything that has happened is because of him. I mean, like, I get it. Some things have worked in his favor, like finding horrible relievers and then rebranding them. Like, oh my God, who knew, like, Nick Cousins could throw a ball?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was happening before he got here.
And two really good rookies in Luis Heel and Austin Wells.
Yeah.
But, all right, you know what? If you're saying ALCS, then I'm going to say this. ALDS. They don't even make it past it. Aaron Boone gone, right?
Yeah. I think Aaron Boone gone.
See, I'm on the flip side. I think Aaron Boone is the guy that needs to go, and Cashman should be the one that stays. I think Cashman is the guy, like, he's the guy that gets you the international. I know it's the Yankees, and they have a big brand name, but he's the guy that gets you the Dominguezes and builds up your franchise and makes those big trades for Stanton, which you can argue it didn't work out for what you paid. You can argue
for
that.
what you paid, I don't think so, but
no.
But re-signing Judge, just stuff like that, I don't know if you can, like, overlook that. Like, are other GMs really going to go out and do that? Or, like, you can even go back to, like, acquiring Andrew Miller for basically nothing and having him be one of the best relievers in all of baseball for a long time. Just small things like that just add up and make you an amazing amazing GM.
I think the big thing is that he needs 15-year contract Juan Soto.
I'm going to be honest. Chris, can we talk about it?
What?
The Juan Soto thing?
Yeah.
He's gone.
You think he's gone?
If there's 3 people gone if the Yankees don't make it to the World Series. Aaron Boone, Cashman, Soto.
Didn't he just get there, though? Am I tripping?
He just, all he did was sign a 1-year deal.
Oh, it was a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Okay.
he just, his deal in San Diego was, and the Yankees just offered him a year. And the way it's looking, I don't think he stays in New York. Or I think he stays in New York, but he goes over to Queens. I know that's like the
tough.
big rumor, but like,
I don't know.
I mean, there's always the possibility, no matter if you like it or not. I mean, maybe the response to that was kind of getting Chaz. I mean, you got Jazz for a reason. You like Jazz.
You like jazz.
I mean, the dude's had a good season too. I mean, you can't knock on him coming from Miami and him still producing hits and.
Oh my God, that 5-game streak of Jazz Chisholm in his first 5 games of the Yankees, insane.
I mean, right now he's pretty buns. I mean, his last 7 games, 111 average.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is how Jazz did, and like he would go on streaks.
Oh yeah,
and then just become one of the worst players in Miami, and then right back up to like God himself.
Yeah, no, he's 10 times better than LeMahieu though.
So he would fit right in with the Yankees.
Right.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, so much better than LeMahieu.
It was so much better. LeMahieu needs to be cut, gone, goodbye. You're done. You're done, buddy. You just don't have it no more.
No, he's way past it.
Yep.
His bat speed is absolutely not there.
Nope.
His defending has gotten egregiously bad.
Yep.
And I'm just, if Jazz is the replacement, cool with it. But in my opinion, Juan Soto is not a Yankee starting next season.
The fact that he hit his 200th home run and the first thing he said was that's pretty good to go into free agency with.
Yeah.
If I was a Yankees fan, I'd be sweating bullets right now.
I think there's the part of like him saying that also that you could be reading that, oh yeah, it is really good to go into free agency with that. I mean, who wouldn't? But I mean, that doesn't mean he's not going to think about it.
I'm sure he'll think about it, but I think, in my opinion, at the end of the day, his decision is not with the Yankees.
How much would you hate if he went to the Dodgers?
Burn down the world.
Bro, the Dodgers can't get away with that.
Because I think there's only a couple teams that can beat the Yankees in price matches, and it is
Dodgers, Mets.
I don't think the Mets would be able to beat them in a bidding war.
But it's hard right now. I think they're in such a rebuilding phase. They're in that weird like middle ground phase that I don't know if they want to do that.
Who?
The Mets.
They They are more than willing to pay, though.
They are more than willing to pay.
Also, I think they're past the rebuilding. All they need to do is just get a more serviceable, like a way better rotation.
They need a rotation.
They're in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Their lineup is fine.
The
Right.
lineup is
For some reason,
great.
Jose Iglesias, an absolute spark for the team. Lindor having an MVP season, and just unfortunately Shohei Ohtani hit 50-50. So that kind of sealed the deal.
Oh, God, you know what I can see?
Don't say something dumb.
Juan Soto in a Houston Astros jersey.
No.
Could you see
That's
it?
just in my mind. That just looks ugly.
No. Don't even say that. Well, you could have said any other team. You know what? You could have said Red Sox, and I would have preferred it.
Braves? Yeah.
Just imagine for the Yankees if they let him go. Just the media would just
blow up.
rain down on them. I
They
just
would-
don't think it's worth it for them.
That's when they would call for Cashman's head.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that would be Cashman's last day.
I think,
For
yeah.
sure.
If they don't make it to the World Series, that's when the Aaron Boone conversation starts. And then if they let Juan Soto walk, that's when the Brian Cashman conversation starts.
You know, I could see Arizona doing it.
Soto?
Yeah.
Do they have that type of
Do
money?
they have the money for... Do they have Soto money?
I know their owner has a lot of money, though.
He does have a lot of money.
He has his own museum. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys knew about that.
Did not know that.
So he's one of the biggest sports card collectors in the world, and he has like all the top cards, and he has a lot of money in sports cards. So he
I
can
had
afford
no
it.
clue.
Insane.
But no, I think Steve Cohen and the Mets are probably going to be the top bidders for Juan Soto.
Yeah. That's very fair. But I mean, will I be unhappy if Soto leaves? I think I'm 50-50. And the only reason I'm 50-50 is because of Jason Dominguez.
That's fair.
Only reason I'm 50-50. If we did not have Dominguez in the system, completely different conversation.
Because the whole thing, this whole season, the narrative was that like Judge finally has help in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Is that finally Judge can get on base or just be productive, and someone can follow him and be,
Right.
can also be as productive. Also, Juan Soto's what, 25?
26.
26. My God.
Yeah, he's literally my age.
He's going to get paid. Like, if it's not the Yankees, it's the Mets or the Dodgers, and I hate to say that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you said Astros is disgusting, by the way. Like, that's not even, like, how dare you, first of all? That's atrocious. We want to poop on a team? That's a team that we could all collectively
those
poop on.
cheaters.
Even though they made the playoffs again, won the West.
9 years in a row.
Weren't they 10 games behind at like one point?
Yep.
Insane.
Seattle.
And
I hate Seattle.
Texas just sucks.
Texas. Oh, my God.
Dave.
Oh, my God.
Did they just hit like a wall?
Corey Seager did not.
Nope.
For me, that was expected. Their World Series was one of the flukiest things I've ever seen because I just saw a bunch of free agents just get signed by a team. It all just sort of pieced together perfectly, and then they just went back to what they were before.
Yeah. It was the season before they were
horrible.
That's when they had everyone. They were
Yeah.
awful.
They selected 4 for 3rd overall.
It's like they were like the Cardinals, is that they signed all this talent and have nothing to show for it, and then obviously, they win the World Series.
Yeah.
But it's right back to the season before. They were what, a 90-loss team?
Yeah.
They were bad. And it was the same exact core that they had now.
Yeah, 68 and 94, and then from that to 90 and 72.
And then win the World Series.
That's
which
really insane.
I needed the Diamondbacks to win that. I needed Evan Longoria to get his ring.
Oh, you know who I can see make a play for Juan if they really, 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 really want him, which I think they would.
St. Louis?
Yeah, who wouldn't want him?
Toronto. Toronto was
They made a play for
willing.
Otani. They made a
They
huge
were
bid
willing
for
to pay for
Otani.
Otani.
Yeah.
They
that
were
whole plane
talking about
situation. That whole airplane situation.
Yeah, I really think that there is a slight chance that Toronto would be in it. And they can make a compelling argument. I mean, they have Vladdy, they have Bo, they have at least somewhat decent pitching.
I'm not using Bo Bichette currently as a.
It's
as
not
a
as
star,
sexy as
a
it was.
Bo looked good in Buffalo. That's the only reason I mentioned
Yeah,
him.
but like.
But I mean, they need somebody to help out Springer and get Varsho off the field right away.
You also need Vladdy to be productive, the entire season, and
Right,
not just
not
the
just,
last
like,
month
3
of the
months.
season.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Not the last month.
It's 2 months.
3 months.
From the right before the All-Star break on, he was amazing. I'll pull up the stats.
That's what,
don't
2.5,
worry.
3 months?
No.
July, August, September. That's all right, 3 months. I'll give it 3 months.
I mean, what, out of 5 months of the season, you'll take that, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I look at this Blue Jays team.
Who do
This
they
is
even
just-
have?
Oh,
Vlad.
it's just the Buffalo
It's just-
Bisons
Yeah.
plus.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's really just Vlad, Springer, Varsho, which are their 3 main guys. Then you get Davis Schneider, who was just called up this year. Spencer Horwitz, who was just called up this year. Ernie Clement, who was called up last year near the end,
Yep.
but still called
Just-
up. Addison Barger, who was just called up. IKF, who
Oh.
Justin Turner, who of course gone too. Kirk, who sucks.
Yep.
Should have kept. Oh my God, Moreno. Leo Jimenez, Buffalo Bison. Let's see, where else can we go? That's a Buffalo Bison. Luis De Los Santos, Bisons. Overellis Martinez. Got Nathan Lukes, Tyler Hyman. I mean, most of these guys are just straight up Bisons.
Yep, AAA lineup.
Yep, it really is just with sprinkles of MLB.
Yeah.
I went up there for the Angels series, and their entire lineup was all Bison's players. It was
Yeah.
kind of depressing. Also, Vladdy on last 86 games of the year, 23 home runs, 72 RBI, 360 batting average, and a 1.08 OPS.
All right.
Actually,
Jesus
not bad.
Christ.
Actually, not bad.
Not bad. That's,
I know.
MVP candidate half the year.
Yeah.
I don't
Too
know.
bad
The only thing about Toronto, though, is that
They suck.
they do suck. They are the definition of rebuild.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Soto has a ring. I think people forget that, but Juan Soto has a World Series ring.
Right.
And so
I think he could go through a quick rebuild. I mean, he's 26. He would fit right in. I mean, with the young guy kind of lineup.
I know. Why are you pressing so hard for the Blue Jays? That is a
He
team
wants
we
to
don't want him
see
to go to.
him.
If he's not Dan, if he's not going to the Yankees and staying with them, you don't want him in your division still.
Buddy, Blue Jays are. I've said this before. I have love for both teams because I've seen the Yankees and gone to New York, but they also came here. Toronto came here, and I watched games, and I saw the most famous moment against the Tampa Bay Rays, where they were getting blown out, and then what's his face came in to pitch.
Brett Phillips.
Brett Phillips, thank you.
That's the most famous moment?
That I've seen in person.
Oh.
Yeah. Who wouldn't put that as like a top moment you've seen? Freaking Brett Phillips run out of that bullpen.
Frank didn't seem too impressed.
Brett Phillips. Okay.
I mean, I've watched the Yankees walk off the Red Sox. Okay, let's put that out there. I have seen that.
That's a good moment to watch.
But
though,
it's
yeah.
if I have to pull a singular moment, Brett Phillips, right there.
I don't know if you feel the same way about Brett Phillips. Great locker room guy.
Oh, horrible.
But when
play.
he's playing on the field, it makes me angry.
All right, let's calm it down. I feel absolutely the exact opposite.
I get the tail end of his prime, though. Quote unquote prime. That's what I got.
Locker room guy, absolutely. But I'll be honest, one of the most clutch hitters the Rays have seen in the past 6 years.
That is very
He's
true.
insane in clutch moments. When it comes to when the first 3 inning or the first 3 outs that he has at bat, awful. But for some reason, when it's bottom 9 and it's Brett Phillips, this man walked up to the plate in the World Series with a minor league helmet on. He had double flaps, and he walked off in the World Series.
Oh my God.
And then he walked it
That's
off.
a legend moment.
I think it was to go up 6 games to I think clinch a wild card spot or be within striking distance clinching it. Walks off I think Red Sox or the Astros. just deep towering
Frank,
home
you
run.
should be rooting for us. We have Brett Phillips.
Yeah, as a pitcher.
Yeah. I
Well,
forgot.
He's not getting a ring, so it doesn't matter.
Gee.
We could call him up.
It doesn't matter.
He would be better than Chad Green.
I'm unfortunately, depending on how this goes, it might be Dodgers because I want to see Shohei get one and I want to see Tyler Glasnow get one.
Yeah, if Shohei gets one after doing that whole 50-50 thing, I think that's just a
It's
cherry
over.
on
It's
top.
one of the
Yeah.
best seasons
The
ever.
debate's over.
Cherry
Yeah.
on top for a season for him, for that. Just an amazing season, honestly.
If he wins it in his very first playoff appearance, which by the way, crazy,
That
Rob.
would be-
This is his first playoff appearance.
I don't think it's that crazy if you
I
just
think
like
it's
look at
pretty
the
crazy.
rosters that were on.
I think it's pretty crazy.
The rosters were literally 3 players and then a bunch of just guys, and we can't.
Just
We
a
have
bunch
not
of
developed a
people.
single. Okay, Neto now, Neto and
now, but like
Ohapi,
before that, it was nothing.
and maybe
coming out of the Angels.
Shadowell, but like before that, the Angels hadn't developed a prospect in probably 10 years. So I mean, it's not that surprising.
It's just,
When you have 2 guys, especially in baseball, you can't just like win 100 games. That's just not how it works.
it's just crazy to think
We
that.
kind of only have 2 guys and we're close to it.
I mean, yeah, but like
mean,
you
when
have
you think
other
about it, we
contributors.
really
Like
only
Jazz
do
is
have 2
I mean,
guys.
Jazz would be probably the second best player on the Angels right now. So
Also, yeah, to say you guys have just 2 guys is pretty insane. Because the depth you guys do provide is,
That is true.
you can have Judge at the 3-4 or
So
Judge,
true.
so, and then whatever Stanton gets back, you have 1, 2, 3.
oh, and you have an MLB player just sitting in AAA right now, in
Yeah.
Dominguez.
so
No, he's up.
Oh, he's up
no,
now.
Dominguez got caught up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
About
No,
time.
he's been playing where Verdugo's been.
Oh, well, that's not a surprise.
For 2
Oh,
years.
no, not at all.
It just took him, so long.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
I would love to have a prospect pool. That'd be awesome.
It's fun when you use them correctly, but the Rays don't know how to do that, so it's not that fun.
And Anthony Rendon off my roster.
Did you guys see that triple play that the Padres?
The Padres did
Oh,
to
yeah.
clinch? Yeah.
One heck of a triple.
Yeah, what a way to clinch a playoff.
I know. They're a
Like
scary
that.
team. I know.
They're shockingly scary.
Especially with how they started out the year. I thought they were
Yeah.
going to be a horrible team.
Machado, though, finally, he's like, I don't know what his, the last month has been statistically for Machado, but I feel like he's been on absolute fire. Tatis defensively is insane.
The revival of Kyle Higashioka.
Yeah.
Love that man.
And then,
I cried when he got traded.
yeah, and then they had to get rid of my boy Blake Snell. Send him to the San Francisco Giants. Outrageous. Well, they didn't send him. It's just no one else wanted to pick him up, and the Rays were just sitting there twiddling their little fingers like, what do we do? Do we go get our boy back? And everyone's like, yes, you go get Blake Snell back. And then it's like, nah, we're good. Like,
God dang it.
I hate you, Stu. I hate you so much.
Snell was a weird free agent for me because I felt like there was just almost certainly going to be huge regression after that season that he had. And
He started off very slow.
you'd
But
probably be the first one to admit that every other year Blake Snell is good. It's like with Cody Bellinger. Every other year the guy is amazing, and then he's terrible the next year.
I don't know. Cody wasn't awful this year. He definitely was. He definitely wasn't last year, Cody. Which sucks, but I'll forever love Cody Bellinger. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't know what it is, but everyone loves Cody Bellinger. Why would
Yeah, I
anyone
don't
hate
think
Cody
I-
Bellinger?
There's no
He's
reason to hate Cody Bellinger.
I don't think
No.
I've heard a single person hate on Cody Bellinger.
Especially looking high in the dugout. Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right.
Did Francisco Lindor get hurt this year? Because he only played. Yeah, I guess he did.
I want to say it was
Maybe?
towards the beginning of the year. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah,
but I know Mets fans were really, really getting on him about whatever it was.
Because he only played 98 games. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, he also missed a couple games 2 weeks ago.
He played, I'm seeing 148.
I'm on MLB Network and it only says 98.
You said Lindor, right?
No, I said, did I say Lindor?
I think, I
Yeah,
can't even remember.
You
I think you said Lindor.
You absolutely said Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Who'd you mean to say?
Fernando Tatis. what a different name.
Yeah,
oh my
Tatis
God.
was definitely Tatis definitely did not play every game.
Tatis did play 98 games, yeah.
I was gonna say Lindor.
My bad.
And he was a way better bat this year.
Brandon's
so
here.
much better
I blame
bat.
Brandon. I played
Well.
the fifth, blaming Brandon.
But
Yeah, he didn't do anything, Dan. What are you talking
Brandon
about?
does everything.
but Tatis was hurt, and then he came back. But Lindor, I think he missed a week or two beginning of the season, then he missed a few games. Because the Mets fans in the beginning of the season were like, well, another season of Lindor, wasting our money, and then, all of a sudden he becomes an MVP candidate, and it's like, maybe the Mets fans should shut up sometimes and just listen.
Unless it's
wait.
Alex Verdugo, bowling works most of the time in the sports world.
Really? Yeah.
I'm
it
not going to
does.
lie.
It does.
Trey Turner.
Oh, Trey Turner's
Any
prime
Sabres
example
player
of
that
bullying.
gets bullied. I know I'm switching it to hockey there, but any Sabres player that gets bullied. Bullying
Just
works
turn
in
it on.
sports, man.
I don't know. Tage was kind of bullied last year. He didn't.
Casey
Tage.
Middlestat was so bullied. And then he just
Casey.
became amazing. Same with Tage.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Yeah, he was definitely bullied for
was
sure.
definitely
He
bullied.
was, I mean,
At the
before last
beginning,
year, he
yeah.
was
People
horrible,
hated,
I'd argue.
people
Yeah.
hated him.
People wanted to trade him.
And then now people love him, I feel like.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's
People
favorite.
absolutely love the man. But since we're coming to the end of the show right here, and I want to get to one last thing. Thursday Night Football. We got the Dallas.
You didn't pull a Frank.
I didn't pull a Frank.
Good job. I was going to say it's 3:51.
Yeah, I know we got to end a little early because we got another show after us.
Mhm.
But just to talk about this game real quick, that's happening tomorrow at 8:15 on Amazon Prime Video to be exact. We have an NFC East showdown between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants in the Meadowlands. What are your guys' quick thoughts on
It's
this game?
Giants versus who?
Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah, the
Dallas.
NFC East.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It was the Commanders are winning the division.
I really hope they do.
I really hope they do. No, this isn't.
Yeah, no one is one.
This isn't for you.
Yeah.
It's just really funny if the Commanders win.
It would be completely hilarious.
Yeah, because
tie?
we
Tie
have.
question mark.
Yeah, can we have a tie this game? Our first
Tie
tie.
question mark?
Please let this be the first tie of the season.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a back-to-back NFC East champion God, I don't know how long.
Forever.
Over 10, 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a streak. Where
Let's
it's
keep
just,
that trend.
Please,
Dallas
Please.
won it last year. Let's have someone else.
I need it to be Washington. I'm sorry. You can still make the wild card. You can still make a berth, but
Yeah, second place.
I want Washington.
I need Washington.
Washington.
Washington would just be really fun.
It would also be very funny to say Washington won the division.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were
When
able to
is the
say
la-
that?
I wish
Were
we-
they the Redskins? the last time they did
2015,
it?
I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
Oh,
were the
yeah.
Redskins the last time that happened.
yeah. They were just football team in 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
What was the
some-
first year of football
20,
team?
I want to say.
Yeah.
I want to say 20.
Yeah, so the
Well,
last time
too.
they won anything was Redskins.
Yep.
Or redacted. Sorry.
Redacted. Dump.
My bad, yo. My bad. That's my bad, yo.
No, but,
Washington redacted.
This game sucks.
I wish
Oh,
this,
it's hard.
I hope this game ends in a tie. I really doubt it, but I think at the end of the day, I think Dallas just has New
Oh,
York's
Dallas
number.
wins.
Dallas.
I think they have New York's number.
The only
Dixon. Oh,
the only thing I'm going to pray for this game is that I just need CeeDee Lamb 4 touchdowns.
You need-
CD's
Just to go
about to have
off.
an amazing game. I'm
I
telling
can
you
see
right
that.
now, what happened on the sideline, that happened last year. Dak was having a horrible year in the beginning of the year. CD threw a tantrum on the sideline, and both of them were MVP candidates after that. He started literally force-feeding the ball to CD after that. And I think it's going to happen again. I think CD's literally going to have 12-plus targets tomorrow.
we just
Please,
need
please.
more.
I guarantee.
tantrums.
Honestly, I want to guarantee it.
Can we see more sideline tantrums when we watch games?
Not
I
from
love it.
Stephon Diggs.
We just need a sideline tantrum cam every single
Honestly,
game.
yeah. Can we just those mic'd ups that they do? Can we just get one for the sideline tantrums?
Just I need them on the most
The nicest
worst
people on the
players.
team.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of listening to linemen. I want to hear
Yeah,
the
my
superstars.
Yeah, sorry. I don't want to listen to Jason Mulata anymore.
I want
Jordan Mailata.
Or Jordan Mailata.
Did you actually hear what he said? That when he was mic'd up the other day, it
Oh,
was
yeah, I
Dallas
saw the
Goddard.
clip.
He was
Yeah.
like, "Unhook the trailer, unhook the trailer." I was like, "What is this, man?"
No, because if Diggs was mic'd up during any point,
Oh,
Of the Bills, yeah, that probably would have been wild.
I feel like they have multiple mics and they just choose the
Yeah.
best one.
I was gonna say I need to know who's actually. Because how many players do they mic up?
I want to
And
know
so-
who's choosing the players.
Yeah, it was
Like,
let's be honest.
let's
I'm
get
not-
someone different out there.
Like, I don't need to hear Reed Ferguson anymore.
insane.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I've heard Brandon Graham so many times. You want to talk about someone who is a trash talker?
Yep.
My God. Half the things he says, I'm just like, dude, you gotta stop. Like, that's just too much.
Stop it.
My
Just
favorite
too
thing in the
much.
world, the Trevor Lawrence mic'd ups.
I gotta watch.
Have you
one of
guys
those. I
seen
haven't
like
seen
the
one.
pregame? Like, come on, guys, let's go. Like,
They're so like unenthusiastic.
yeah.
He's like, all right, another day. Is that what he's like?
Literally.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
I'll pull up the
God.
clip after we get off of here. It is the funniest thing ever. Like, he couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich.
It's great.
Oh my God. Couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich. All right. So let's start with Rob. Go around the room, I guess. Who we picking for this game?
I think Dallas. I think CD has an amazing game. And I also think Malik Neighbors is going to go off again. 100%.
Frank?
Please, just give CD the ball. Just force it to him. I'm taking Dallas, but I'm going to be honest. I'm taking Dallas. Will not be shocked if the Giants somehow pull it off.
Dallas.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas too, because these past couple seasons, Dallas has had the Giants number, and I'm going to just rock with that as hard as it is for me to say,
Or-
being an Eagles fan.
I have a speculation. If Daniel Jones has at least 2 interceptions and only like a couple completions through the first half, Tommy DeVito will see the field.
Oh God.
And he's going to absolutely turn the game
Tommy
around.
DeVito is going to see the field.
Not
if
Mr. Cutlet, man.
if the Giants fail, Tommy DeVito will see the field
He'll see
on
the
Thursday.
seal.
Yeah, see the seal. He'll break the seal the seal, and break the field. Shut up.
Could see Drew Lock too. Do you remember
And
the
there's
drive
possibilities.
last year?
Oh,
The-
the
Oh,
one
yeah,
drive
yep,
they
that
had,
one.
yeah.
Yep. I know which one you're
I need
talking
that
about.
again. I haven't been that hyped up in a long time.
That the fact that the Eagles let that happen,
Bro, our defense is just buns. I'm not afraid to say it.
but also Drew Lock put that ball perfectly.
Yeah.
Like that was
There's not much you can
insane.
really do
But,
about that.
Like he put that ball perfectly into JSN's hands.
Yeah.
Like just pinpointed it.
All right. Well, that's been this hump day of a Wednesday.
What time is it?
It's 3:57.
Jesus Christ.
You've been listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY.
Wait, I have something to say.
Frank has something to say before we go. What is
Florida
that, buddy?
Panthers are still your Stanley Cup champions
Oh,
from here on
okay,
out.
This guy always with this Florida Panthers. All right, you've been listening to The Blitz, everyone. Hopefully you guys will listen to us on Friday. You guys have a wonderful rest of your hump day.